Hey everyone, Live It Like Lisa here, and today I finally have my son's room reveal for you guys. It's pretty much finished now. There is a couple more room decor pieces I will be doing in the future, but just for now, this is pretty much it. So I'll give you a little scan from the door first. So here's the door as you walk in. He has his shelving units along this wall, then his bed, and then along here he has his desk, and then along this wall he has his lockers and his wardrobe. So I'll take you through and show you all of his stuff. I guess we'll start over here. And as you can see, we've sort of gone for like a industrial type feel to his room with a few steampunk DIYs here and there. And most of the stuff, if you see it like anything unusual, it's probably a DIY. So I will leave a link to the playlist for all his DIYs in the description box below. So it'll be boys room decor playlist, and that will have all the furniture makeovers and room decor pieces all in the one place for you guys. So up the top here we have his bookshelf, and he's just got all his Star Wars, I don't know what you call those, they're sort of like electronic pop-up. They're on his shelf, so I'll show you later. So we've kept the boxes to those and a couple of the Star Wars Lego spheres there. Then on the top shelf here he has all his like little science kits and different science books and history books and things. Then on this shelf here he's got a couple of his trophies. And then that little box thing there is just like a rock collection set. Then down here he has more books. He's very much into like science and non-fiction type books, you know, like learning about the world and things like that. So they're mostly what he reads. That's his gumball machine that I did a makeover on in my last video. Then down here he's got a few fiction books. He likes all the Goosebumps series and those sort of things. Then here he's got that's actually, I don't know if you guys are from the 80s, you remember a movie called The Warriors? Well, he was obsessed with that, that movie, so that's one of the collectible dolls or collectible action figures. I can't say doll when it's when I'm talking about boy stuff. It's got to be an action figure. So that's one of the action figures from that series. And then he has a different one down here. And then down on that bottom shelf there is all his Star Wars books and collectible tissue boxes that he doesn't want to open. So that's his bookshelf there. Then on this table here, that's just one of his side tables. I'm thinking about giving these side tables and bed a makeover as well, but if I do, that'll be further down the track. But this is another one of the DIYs I did, sort of like a steampunkish type action figure lamp that I think I called it an action figure lamp, so I just sort of stuck a whole heap of his action figures on there. Gave it a bit of a steampunk vibe. Then he has his lightning bolt there from Kmart. Then we have his telescope. And as you probably saw in one of my latest videos, this is the gallery wall that I created for him, with a lot of little DIYs on there as well. Those sort of things. Little collectible policemen. Different shadow boxes that I created. I'm really pleased with how that looks on his room, on his wall. It really makes his room come alive. And then this is his desk that he works at, and again that's another furniture makeover that I did. And on his desk he just has his globe and a dictionary with a skull. Got a little treasure box, a dinosaur bone model. Then he has his solar system model here, a little hourglass, and then a test tube kit with some feathers in. And then that one there is just like a desktop bowling game. And then his chair again is another little makeover that I did. That's actually one of our dining chairs, which are currently white, and so I just gave that a bit of a steampunk vintage look. And then on his wall here is a mirror, which again is another DIY, and that was just a plain mirror that I just added some steampunk gears and painted and just made it look a bit more in line with the theme of his room. And then down there, that little gun hook thing was, I think, from one of the reject shops, like one of the dollar store shops. I think it was about $12. He just hangs his hats on those. Then standing back here, he's got his wardrobe, which is like a 3-door wardrobe. And I've already shown you the organisation of these wardrobes, but just to show you the inside while we're doing a room tour. So up there, that box there is his school memorabilia that I also did a video on. We store up there. It's got all his army cadet uniform and school uniform in this section. And then in these two sections up the top there, we've just stored some extra blankets or throw blankets for his bed. And that there is his school camping bag. And then he's just got all his clothes here. And we kind of do them in sections. So like this section here is like short sleeve t-shirts. Then he has like long sleeve t-shirts, collared shirts, hoodies, and then jackets. And then at the bottom of his wardrobe here, we've just got one of those cube units where we've got shorts in this one, jeans and cargo type pants, track pants, and then his army cadet and school uniform pants there. And then in the bottom drawers he's got undies, socks, swimmers and pajamas. And then in those baskets we keep all his bed sheets and quilt covers in there, his cadet uniform accessories in there, and then just some extra throw pillowcases in there. So that's his wardrobe. Then on his bed, we've just got a big husky throw blanket on his bed at the moment. It's actually folded in half, so you can't really see the whole lot, because it's getting a little bit chillier here now. And the microfiber quilt cover I just purchased from eBay. And then on here, and the quilt cover we got from the reject shop. I think it was about $15. And the little throw pillows there, they were just from eBay. It's just the actual pillowcase you buy, and then you can just put in your own cushion. So he's got 2 or 3 throw cushions and quite a few different pillowcases. So I just changed the pillowcases out as I change his bed out. And then on his big wall shelf here, those are like industrial shelving units that you can pick up from Bunnings or like a hardware store, and they're generally used for like the garage, but I just really like the look of them for the style of room we were doing for my son. So, and they're very, very cheap. Like I think each shelving unit's only like $40 or something like that, so they were really, really cheap. So up on the top here, he's got his Star Wars, what are they called? Star Wars ships. Like, yeah, I don't know what they're called. He'll have the names of them, but yeah, it's one of the Star Wars ships. And then on this shelf, he's got some of his Star Wars Lego displayed. And at the back here, I've used one of the Kmart geometrical vases as like a bit of a prop to hold up some of his ships. and I just gave them a bit of a galaxy makeover. That one I just painted plain black and just flicked some white on it. And then the one down below here, I actually did it in the same sort of galaxy print as his shelf. So going back here, he's got his PlayStation 4 there. That's the Star Wars edition. And there's the little galaxy shelf that I did for him. That's one of the Kmart wall shelves, and I just gave it a bit of a galaxy makeover just to display his Star Wars. And again, that's one of the Kmart geometric vases that I just sort of flipped over and gave that a bit of a galaxy makeover as well. And then down here, those are the things that are in those boxes up on his bookshelf there. And they, when you press a button, they open up like that, and they've got, oops, yeah, and like the book pops out. It's very fancy. So yeah, each one of those like opens up and displays a book and different things inside, and that pyramid one's the same. So on that shelf is 3 of those. And then on the bottom shelf here, we've got one of his Build-A-Bears and one of those other Star Wars pop-up things. Then in this middle section here, he has, those are actually genuine samurai swords that were used in, I think, World War II by the Japanese, and he just displays those up there. They're actually my husband's, but we thought they'd go well in his room. And a few Japanese martial arts men there as well. And then we have his TV. It's quite a big one. And under there he's got his other PlayStations. I think there's PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3. So he's got 2, 3 and 4. And then in the tubs here, in this, like this row here, he keeps all his games. So he's got like PlayStation 2 games in those 2, PlayStation 3 in that one, and PlayStation 4 in that one. And then down below there, there's a few extra tubs with his bits and pieces in. So he's got some other Star Wars action figures in those tubs there. And yeah, just a few of his other little things that he has. Then up the top here, he's got his big Star Wars, I know that one's called the Millennium Falcon or something like that. So that's to go with the action figures, not the Legos. And then on this shelf, we have, there's just some of the, I think they're like Buddhist wise men or something. That little figurine at the back there, that's actually made out of soap, and that my husband got in Thailand. Then he's got a little model ship here that we got from a thrift store for about $5. And just some other little, he's got his little mask there that he did in art class in Year 7 out of plaster. And another little ship. And then on this shelf here, that's where I've put and displayed his curiosity shelf, which I made for him in my last video. So that really looks good on this shelf with all these other skeleton type things. I've got like one of those, that's actually like a 3D picture. It's probably not coming out on camera, but it's, yeah, it looks like a 3D picture in real life. Then he has like a skeleton chalice here and some skeleton figurines. And yeah, that's the curiosity shelf. Like I said, that will also be in the description box below. You'll be able to see how I did that. And then here is like a, it's like a music box that he got from a thrift store. He just really liked the look of that, so he got that. Then down this shelf, we've just got a little bit more Lego. That's a couple of the Batman Lego sets that he has, and this little tiered shelf is going to be for more Lego once he builds it. So we're going to display a few of the smaller sets on that tiered shelf as well. And that's his little Monchichi doll. I don't know if you're a 80s kid, you probably remember those. They were around in the 70s and 80s. They were very popular. And then on this shelf here, he's just got a little model bus, an Anzac collectible tin, and just a storage box there that doesn't really have anything in it apart from his little fan. And then on this wall here, that Indian chief is another DIY that I did for his room. And that's a little arrow from the Kmart range. And then on this little side table, he's just got another police Build-A-Bear. Just a little concrete tray from Kmart just to put his little, I don't know what he has. And then his bedside table. And then last but not least, on this side, he has his lockers, which again was another furniture makeover that I did for him. And that little hat up there was part of a costume that I did for my daughter. She went as like steampunk. So that's all made out of cardboard. And he's got a little skull on the wall here. And then his little trash can, which again is another steampunk makeover that I did. And then in his lockers, we just have, he's got some games in there. Then some more overflow of games in here. Then in this one, he's got some collectible football Lego and his money box. And then in the bottom one here, he's just got a Star Wars edition of an Angry Birds game. And then that top box there is just all his Star Wars Lego instruction books. So yeah, that's my son's room tour. And I don't know if I mentioned, but the rug, that's a faux cowhide rug from Kmart as well. And yeah, that's his room. So yeah, if you have any questions about anything you've seen in this video, please don't hesitate to ask. I think I've covered everything, but if I have missed anything, just leave your questions in the comments below and I will definitely answer them. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.
Done?
What do you think of your room?
Good.
You like it?
Yeah.
After your mother's been cleaning it on Mother's Day for you? That's my Mother's Day gift, is it? That you allowed me to clean your room?
I thought you liked it.
I love it. Yes, I love cleaning dirty boys' rooms. It's awesome. What are you going to do now?
Play PlayStation.
Play your PlayStation. Did you empty the cat litter?
Yeah.
That's the least you could do. That can be my Mother's Day present, that you can empty the cat litter.
Yeah.
Thank you. Are your feet clean?
Oh, no, probably not.
Oh, probably not. And see, this is 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes after I finish filming. Bed's all messed up. Dirty boy is sitting on the bed playing PlayStation. What the hell is that guy doing?